So for both of those pads, I know the payoff for that replication. Okay. All I have to do is keep adding these up through replications. So here's what I'm going to do. Them A reps as double. Before we start, I'm going to make A reps equals 0. Okay. So at the end of the replication, actually, let me see. Yeah, this loop ended here. I mean, I calculated the change in the sum. So this is actually next. I count here. I was right about this. Remember, there are two loops. One is we're looping a large number of times. Those are called replications. And within each replication, we're going to loop a certain number of days. That loop is, I calculate a random change to my X number, update my X's, convert them into stock price, and update the sum of the stock prices. And I'm done with the loop. Then outside of that loop, I just calculate their averages. Then the payoff. And once I have those, now add these payoffs to the moving sum. And that was A reps plus M post plus M neg. I'm adding both of them. At this point, we have all the replications done. Technically 20,000 of them. 10,000, but we do both positive and negative. And A reps contain sum of all the payoffs across the replications. And then all I have to do is set average. That's the Monte Carlo average. That's the payoff expected at maturity. Averaging them will give us the expected payoff maturity. To get the option value, all I need to do is to get this present value. Calculate PV of that. And that's easy. What was the name of this function? Asian call is going to be e to the negative I rate times R days over 365. Remember, that's number of years. We're pretty much done. Now I'm going to actually add number of replications as an argument. As long, so instead of 10,000, I'm going to say n reps. Instead of 20,000, I'm going to say 2 times n reps. That's all I have to do. Before I do anything else, I am going to actually save this. Let's see if this thing works. Date created. Today's date. Expiration date. So let's say this was a month ago. And expiration is another year, or 1 year total. Let's see if we made any obvious errors. User defined, Asian call. That's the spot. That's the strike. Interest rate, volatility, average before. I date was today's date. B date, date created. Expiration date, and that. Apparently we made a mistake somewhere. But I'm gonna stop here. I'll look over the weekend where I made a mistake. I don't want to spend class time on searching for that one. And we'll then think about how to change this code so that we can take care of weekends and non-trading days and that sort of stuff. It's not too complicated, but if you can get the basic structure working, allowing for non-trading dates is not going to be much of an issue. We'll kind of handle it separately. Basically, we will create a list of the future trading dates and we'll go from there. So instead of looping over all the days, we're going to only loop over trading days. And that's going to show you how to loop over values of over a list instead of just a certain number. So I'll see you guys Monday.